Give me that in Sirach.
Well, answer the question and then show me in scripture.
Okay, I'm saying no, they cannot. Okay.
Now, read again for him. Stop.
The book of Revelation, chapter 13 and verse 9.
So, I mean,
Are you going to repeat what God just said, or are you going to make up something you heard in church?
Actually, you just made something up.
I didn't just read that?
You read it, but you don't know what it means. So
I don't know what that means.
You wouldn't let me talk. Okay. Wait.
Read it again.
I don't need to hear it again.
Verse 20. Don't read it again. Your whole issue was, we told you you couldn't eat pork, and that's the scripture you went to justify.
No, listen to me. That's not the same thing. That's talking about the seed of the incorruptible seed and all that stuff. Hold on. I'm not there.
If Peter learned from Christ, and he never ate anything unclean, what was Christ teaching?
Read the rest, Christ.
Wait, no. Answer the question. What was Christ teaching Peter? If up to this point, he never ate anything unclean, what was Christ teaching Peter?
I'm not a 10-year-old to where you...
No, let's just answer the question,
I
Rodney.
want you to read the last
Peter knew what was unclean. If he was still calling it unclean, that means Christ called it unclean. Read.
But God has shown me.
So what did God show him? And how did he show him? He showed him in a dream, right? Watch this, read.
That I should not call any man.
Any what?
Any man.
Or any food.
Any man.
Any food.
Any man.
Pork.
Man.
Shrimp.
Man.
Crab.
Man.
Lobster.
Man.
Any man, read.
Common or unclean.
Okay, all right, so what's up, man? What you got today for us?
All right, let's start with, they was yelling at me last time, eating bacon's a sin. So
it is. All right, Leviticus. Leviticus 11. You believe Old and New Testament, right?
The whole Bible.
The whole Bible, right? Do you believe that the dietary law was done away with, or we still got to keep it?
Definitely done away with Mosaic laws when the Israelites died.
All right. The Israelites never died.
They did die.
Give me 1 Corinthians, give me Romans 11.
Even if they didn't die, okay.
I'm going to show you. Give me Romans 11. Watch this. Romans 11 and 1. Watch this. Read.
Romans chapter 11 and verse 1. I say then, hath God cast away his people? God forbid.
This is Paul talking. He said that God cast away his people? Hell no. That's what he said. God forbid. Read.
For I also am an Israelite.
Paul is an Israelite. From what? Read.
Of the seed of Abraham.
Of the seed of Abraham. From what tribe?
Of the tribe of Benjamin.
You see that? So if the Israelites died, why was Paul calling himself an Israelite? From the seed of Abraham, of the tribe of Benjamin.
But you're under a new covenant.
What's the new covenant?
Let's just say
I got you.
we're talking about eating bacon, right?
I got you. Watch this. I'm going to show you. Check this out. What's your name again? I forgot.
Rodney.
Rodney. That's what it is. Watch this. Read.
Acts chapter 15 and verse 20.
Listen closely, Rodney. Watch this. Read.
But that we write unto them, that they abstain from pollutions of idols,
right?
And from fornication,
right?
And from things strangled, and from blood.
So, animals, right? Things strangled and from blood.
Correct.
So, what law does that pertain to?
Tell me.
The dietary law.
Okay.
That's part of the dietary law. Paul wrote to the people because the Pharisees was trying to teach the people circumcision. That's what they kept trying to get the people to go back to, circumcision, right? You understand? But Paul was telling them, you trying to teach them about circumcision, you ain't even taught them the dietary law. That's what he's telling them. You ain't even taught them to abstain from fornication and things like that, but they wanted the people to circumcise their children because you had to make a sacrifice with that. And that's what the Pharisees wanted the people to do. When they talk about the law being done away with, it's talking about sacrifice. The Pharisees didn't believe that. They wanted to continue to sacrifice. So if he's telling them to abstain from meats, strangle, and from eating blood of animals, that means we still got to keep the dietary law.
He's not telling them that, though.
That's what. Read it again.
Wait.
Hold on, read it again.
I don't need to hear it
Verse
again.
20.
We're gonna read it again. Read.
Oh, man.
But that we write unto them.
That we write unto them, because these were Israelites that were scattered and they lost their identity. Watch this. Read.
That they abstain from pollutions of idols.
So Paul was telling them, this is what you need to tell the people: abstain from pollutions of idols. Read.
And from fornication.
And from fornication, sex outside of marriage, right? Read.
And from things strangled.
That's the dietary law. How is it not?
I'm going to show you what Jesus said.
How is it not?
Let me show you.
What did he say?
You read it to me twice.
All right, what did he say?
Now, let me show you what Jesus said.
What did he say?
So, in Acts, I believe, Peter had a vision from God.
Acts 10:15.
Peter had a vision from God, and God told him twice. He saw a blanket of animals falling from the sky, and God told him, hold up.
We're going to get it.
I'm going to give you context and then you read it.
But we're going to read it.
And then God told him to eat the animals, and Peter said no. God told him a second time, and then God explained in the vision that he that they called him back in the day, they called it common. With things you
don't call anything unclean or common, right? Yeah.
And then God told him to eat them. And then he said anything that God made is clean.
Right.
I'm gonna give you another verse. So you go ahead and read it, or
we're gonna read it.
Okay.
And we're gonna give you the context.
I know the context.
We're gonna give you the context. Did you read past that?
Yeah.
What did it say after that?
Now I'm gonna give you the reference to it. So the reference is Mark 7:18, where Jesus is specifically saying whether you have unclean food, clean food, anything that enters your mouth.
All right, we're going to get both of them. All right, watch this. Read.
I ain't done yet.
We're going to get them.
Let me finish it.
Go ahead. I'm listening.
Jesus specifically says.
It's not what go into the.
It does.
That's what it says.
Specifically says anything that enters your mouth through your stomach and out your butt cannot defile your mind. Things outside of your body cannot defile your mind. God is concerned with your mind. Jesus specifically said that. So it says, beware of people who teach that food is clean, unclean, and unclean. And I'm going to show you. We're going
to go both of them. I know exactly where you're going.
Because clean and
give me that in Matthew 15. I got you. Give me that in Matthew 15.
No, Acts 10:15.
I got you. We finna go both. But I'm finna show you, because our people read and they hear something and they just stop right there.
I don't stop.
But Jesus explained the parable and Peter explained the vision. And that's what we finna show you. Watch this, read. These were parables and visions.
Okay.
That's what we finna show you. Watch this, read.
Verse 8. This people draweth nigh unto me with their mouth, and honoreth me with their lips, but their hearts is far from me. But in vain they do worship me, teaching for doctrines the commandments of men.
Verse 11, watch this, read.
Verse 11. Not that which goeth into the mouth that defileth a man, but that which cometh out of a man, out the mouth, this defileth a man.
Right, this is right here. Watch this, read. So this Matthew, the book of Matthew. So Peter asked him to explain what he just said, right? We finna read that, read.
Matthew chapter 15 and verse 15. Then answered Peter and said unto him, declare unto us this parable.
So Peter knew it was a parable. He knew not to take that literally. You understand what I'm saying? Peter said, Christ, can you explain us this parable?
So that's why I gave you two.
I got you. But we're going to explain it, right? Watch this, read.
And Jesus said, are ye also yet without understanding?
So he said, are you yet without understanding? Watch this, read.
Do not ye yet understand that whatsoever entereth into the mouth goeth into the belly, and is cast out in the jar.
Right, because remember, I got you. Remember at the beginning, the issue was them not washing their hands.
I know this.
So they said it was unclean. That's what they saying. But watch this, read.
But those things which proceeded out of the mouth coming forth from the heart, and they defiled the man.
So the things that come out of you is what defiled the man. But watch this, read.
For out of the heart proceed evil thoughts, murders, adulteries, fornications, thefts, false witness, blasphemies. These are the things which defile the man.
He said, these are the things which defile a man. But, hold on, read.
That has nothing to do with food.
Eat.
But to what?
But to eat.
So this is Christ explaining what he said about what goes into the mouth don't defile a man. He said what?
But to eat with unwashed hands.
So to eat with unwashed hands, read.
Defileth not a man.
That's the explanation of what he said. That was the, hold on, Rodney, let me explain. The Pharisees said they unclean because they didn't wash their hands. Christ said, what goes into your mouth don't make you unclean, but what comes out of your mouth and what comes out of your spirit, that's what makes you unclean. That's the explanation. It's not talking about food. It was never talking about food. It was talking about not washing your hands,
so
right?
We're not in agreement yet. I agree with all that.
Okay,
now,
hold on, explain to me how they say we can eat pork now.
Lay it out. That has nothing to do with what I'm saying.
That's what you said.
What?
No.
Because your whole issue was, we told you couldn't eat pork, and that's the scripture you went to justify.
No, I told you Acts 10:15.
Let's go to Acts.
You're in Matthew.
Hey, you ain't did that yet? You ain't playing games. Hold on.
Look at this guy. What you doing, man? You subscribed yet? Subscribe right now. Do it.
But you did throw that scripture out there.
I said Mark.
Well, it's the same thing. It's the same.
Stop.
It's the same instance.
Stop.
But this went into detail.
Now listen to you. Now listen to me. That's not the same thing. That's talking about the seed of the incorruptible seed and all that stuff.
Right,
Hold on. I'm not done. Acts 10. Can we go through both of them?
That's what we finna do.
I gave you 2 scriptures.
Right.
You went to something totally
We're gonna go to that one
different.
too, because it's gonna say the same thing. That's what the Bible repeats itself.
It's not.
These are different. These are the same stories, different accounts.
Look, I'm not crazy. You just you did this whole this scheme to try to make it sound like you changed the whole subject.
We're gonna get it. Acts 10.
That talks about the
because it's gonna do the same
that
thing.
wasn't talking about
it's gonna explain it the same exact way and just explain it in Matthew. Watch this. Read.
Verse 12.
No.
Read Acts.
I think
When it said kill, eat, all of that. Watch this. Read.
I think it's 10:15.
Acts chapter 10 and verse 12. Wherein were all manner of four-footed beasts of the earth, and wild beasts, and creeping things, and fowls of the air. And there came a voice to him, Rise, Peter, kill and eat. But Peter said, Not so, Lord, for I have never eaten things that is common or unclean.
So let me ask you a question. He said he never, this is after the death and resurrection of Christ, right?
This is what.
Right. I got you. This is after the death and the resurrection of Christ.
Correct.
Who did Peter learn from?
I don't know. Tell me.
Christ.
Okay, so read the rest.
So if Peter learned from Christ and he never ate anything unclean, what was Christ teaching him?
Read the rest. Christ.
Wait, no. Answer the question.
I don't.
What was Christ teaching Peter? If up to this point he never ate anything unclean, what was Christ teaching Peter?
I'm not a 10-year-old to where you.
No, let's just answer the question,
I
Rodney.
want you to read the last 3
Rodney,
sentences.
I will once you answer the question.
What's the question?
So Peter said, up to this point, he never ate nothing unclean,
Correct.
right?
A lot of people thought
And
like that.
Peter learned from Christ.
Correct.
The way Peter thought was because of what he was taught by Christ.
I agree.
So what was Christ teaching Peter then?
To eat whatever.
No. Wow.
Read the rest.
No. Christ was dead and had resurrected and ascended by this time.
Dude.
So if up until this point Peter never ate nothing unclean, what was Christ teaching him?
That everything made by God is clean.
No.
Why won't you keep doing that?
Peter said he never ate nothing unclean.
Look, read the rest.
So he didn't eat anything unclean,
I said,
bro.
correct.
Because, and the reason he had to say that was because in his dream he was told to eat something unclean, meaning Peter knew what was clean and what was unclean. So you're not going to sit here and act like Peter was just eating everything.
Nice try.
He knew the difference between the clean and unclean. That's why he said what he said.
Nice try. I said.
That's why he said what he said, Rodney.
Can I talk to the mic?
No, you cannot.
Okay,
That's crazy.
Nice try.
Hey, yo.
You know?
And I want to stand, you guys. I want to.
Listen,
Read 15, like I said, not just 12.
we're going to keep going.
Keep going.
Watch this, read.
But Peter said,
Christ taught Peter the dietary laws. Read.
Come on.
Not so, Lord, for I have never eaten anything that is common or unclean.
So Peter knew what was unclean. If he was still calling it unclean, that means Christ called it unclean. Read.
And the voice spake
not
unto
what
him
it says.
again the second time.
If he learned from Christ, then where do you think he got it from? Where do you think he got the fact that was unclean for?
Right.
Who gave the law, Rodney?
going.
Who gave us the law?
Can you please keep reading?
See, that's what I'm saying. Read.
But God hath cleansed that called thou.
Who gave Moses the law, Rodney?
Look, man, you are changing
Who
the
gave
subject.
Moses the law?
Read the rest. Read the rest.
Read.
That called not thou uncommon. This was done thrice, and the vessel was received up again into heaven.
Watch this.
Now, while Peter doubted in himself,
Hold on, Peter doubted in himself. He like, damn.
Correct. He has never eaten
The
any.
Lord,
Oh my God.
my dream just, the Lord told me in a dream to eat some unclean food.
You are
So
deflecting.
Peter like, hold on, something ain't right. I know this ain't what this means. Watch this, read.
Can I go get my air horn? I'm going to get my blowhorn.
doubted in himself
Watch this, read.
what this vision which he had seen should mean.
Because he knew it was a vigil. He knew it meant
Look,
something.
I don't need
Hold
to
on, listen.
read the rest.
Rodney, we reading it, but we gonna break it down as
Don't
we
break
go.
it down.
Peter knew that it meant something else outside of literally eat the unclean food. He knew that. Read.
Ye know
Just listen.
how that it is unlawful thing for a man that is a Jew to keep company or come unto one of another nation. But God has showed me that I should not go.
So hold on, wait, Rodney. Did you catch it?
Look.
Hold on, wait. Did you catch it? Start it from the top. Read it.
Verse 28.
So Peter said, because even at this point, hold on. Even at this point, Peter, hold on, Rodney, listen, just listen. Just listen. Don't listen to rebuttal.
I want to talk
Just-
after.
I got you,
Okay.
but we finna get through the scripture first. So at this point, Rodney, Peter understood he's not supposed to eat unclean foods, right?
No.
And hold on. No. And he understood that he's not supposed to deal with somebody that's outside of the Israelite nation or the Israelite culture, right? Watch this, read.
And he said unto them, ye know how that is unlawful thing for a man that is a Jew.
So it's unlawful. Peter understood this even after the death and resurrection of Christ, that it's unlawful to do what?
Things for a man that is a Jew to keep company or come unto one of another nation.
You see that? So that's what Peter understood. But watch this, read.
But God has shown me.
So what did God show him? And how did he show him? He showed him in a dream, right? Watch this, read.
That I should not call any man.
Any what?
Any man.
Or any food.
Any man.
Any food.
Any man.
Pork.
Man.
Shrimp.
Man.
Crab.
Man.
Lobster.
Man.
Lizard.
That's not what that's saying.
Snake.
Man.
Those Negroes out here eating snake, alligator, possum, raccoon, all of that. Okay? But Peter said
Bacon
it's not lawful to call any what?
Man.
Any man, read.
Look, man.
Common or unclean.
That was the point of the vision.
Sons of God! We gonna take this city. We gonna take the kingdom. We gonna rule them hard. This is war! This is war! This is war! I'm here for the win, well, to get it again. The Lord call it taking the kingdom. Want what's mine? Taking my time, turning and taking your freedom. Risen from the ashes, after the lashes, call it a beautiful tragedy. We've been on the brink of insanity. It's the end of your days, our calamity. Adding in, grab a friend for the finale. Curtain call on a heathen. We want forever and a day. Why would the pastor lie and say it's your season? Drop a bomb on them, Hiroshima. Drop a bomb on them cause they need it. Scrub it down, planet need a clean it.